Oh, Big Ned wants to get involved. Say hi. Oh no. He's looking out the window. Nope. He's a massive baby. Aren't you? Hey. You want to sit with the video? Hey, you're going to sit in the video? Ned's not amused. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on a certain tanning product that I've been using at the moment, and it's the Tropez Purity, which is a bronzing water mousse. I've been using it quite a lot lately, so I thought when I was trying to find reviews on YouTube there wasn't actually that many, but I think there are quite a few now, so I've made quite a few pros and cons about it, so hopefully this will help anybody who may or may not want to buy it. So I'll just go through the steps that I quickly do before I tan. I'll just get in the shower, I'll shave my legs, under my arms, whatever you want to do, and then I will exfoliate using a glove like this. They are so cheap, you can get them for like 50p for two in most shops, 50p or £1. So I'll rub them all over, making sure everywhere's nice and smooth. And then when I get out of the shower, I'll use something like this, which is the E45 Moisturizing Lotion, which is really good for dry skin, which I don't really have. I used to growing up quite a lot. I don't really have as much anymore, but it is very thick and moisturizing, so it is quite good for when you want to tan. And I do moisturize everywhere. I don't put tan on my face, but I'll still moisturize my face. But I'll stick to mainly putting more on like my knees or my elbows, places that are more prone to getting quite dry and making your tan look patchy. So then I'll let that dry in, and then I'll go out and tan straight away, which not a lot of people do. A lot of people wait the day after to tan, but for me it doesn't really make a difference. I've done it the day after, I've done it straight after, and it's looked exactly the same. Okay, so the first thing that I noticed, which is a pro slash con really, was the smell. So when you apply it, it has the most, give me a minute, I've just ran up them stairs. It has the most gorgeous tropical scent, and it just makes you want to put more and more on. But then it does go, and it goes back into the typical fake tan smell, which nobody really likes, but what you expect, it's fake tan really. But then I noticed when I got in the shower, a lot of the smell did wash off, so it's still quite like a pro for me. I did my tan in the night, so then I got into bed straight away, and usually I do wake up and my sheets are orange and brown and the streaks everywhere, and there was literally none of that at all. And I did wear white pyjamas as well, so that is a huge pro, because I hate washing my sheets every time I do fake tan. The tan didn't stick to any dry patches. I've got quite dry skin on the top of my arms, and it didn't stick to that at all. It was an even tan all over, and that is a big plus for me, because a lot of tans do actually start to go a little bit patchy up here as the days go on, but this never. And then the last, like the best pro I'd say, was the colour. It was amazing. It looked like I'd just been on holiday for like 2 weeks, because I tan quite quick anyway, and I always get like a nice bronzy tan, because I've got quite olive skin tone, and it did tan really nice. The colour was lovely. You could, like some fake tans you can tell that it's fake tan, but this one, people were asking me if I'd been on holiday. Everybody was asking me what tan it was, if I'd used any, and it was great. The cons are, there is quite a couple of cons. Because it's clear when you're applying it, it gives like a glossy, shiny look, which, yeah, you can see where you put it, but it's like you want to use more to make sure that you've definitely got everywhere, whereas obviously with a normal tan you have like a guideline of where you've rubbed so you can see. But this one, so I've used this twice and I don't know whether you can see, but I've actually used quite a lot of the bottle already. So that's a bit of a con really, because the bottle is £21, I believe. Well, I got it for £21. I think you can get it a little bit cheaper online. But yeah, if you don't want to pay £21 and use a bottle quite quick, then that might be a massive con for you. I don't really use fake tan a lot. God, that light, the lighting's just in and out all the time. I don't use fake tan a lot, so when I do, it takes me quite a while to use a bottle anyway. That sun's lovely. Anyway, so another con would be that it did stay quite sticky for a long time. I think if you do it the way I did it, so I did it and then I just got into bed, I fell asleep nearly straight away, then it wouldn't bother you whatsoever. But if you're going to do it before going out, or well, yeah, a night out, before a night out, before going anywhere, then you will feel really sticky and kind of not clean because it just doesn't dry quite quick. And then like you feel like it's going to go patchy in places because you've got to put your clothes on. So that is a bit of a con, but as I said, I normally do my tan overnight anyway, so if I just jump into bed, then I will wake up and it's got patches on. It's not like, that's just the way it is. But this was absolutely fine, even though I felt quite sticky when I got into bed. It was fine, and I just fell asleep anyway, so that was fine. I would say compared to the other tans that I do, like, or I have tried, it didn't last as long. But for me, yeah, it's a con for like a lot of people because you don't want your tan to rub off too quick. But like for say other tanning products that I've used, the longer it seems to last, the more patchy it gets. Whereas this never got patchy, it just kind of evenly washed off in the shower as the days went on. So it wasn't as if you had awful patches on your skin, or like your elbows were still quite like a orange or brown and the rest of your body wasn't. It wasn't like that. So yeah, it didn't last as long, but I don't think that's necessarily, that sun's coming out again. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but for some people may hate that. So it's just kind of preference really. I would prefer it all to wash off quite evenly than scrubbing my elbows and scrubbing my ankles and everything trying to get it off. And finally, I'd say the last con is that it's definitely, in my opinion, not for everybody's skin tone. I think it would be really good for paler skin, my shade skin, which as I said, I'm quite an olive toned and maybe a little bit darker than me, but I don't really see it working as well as it could with any darker skin tones. But I suppose somebody could try it out and let us know. As I said, the price was £21 and I have seen it cheaper, I think maybe for about 18. And then I've written here, do I prefer it to my usual favourite fake tan, which is the Tropez, the 3 hour, which you can literally do in 3 hours and you get the darkest tan. I'm not going to do a review on this because there's so many out there, but I love that you can do this really quick. As I said, you can do it up to 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, and it can just give you a lovely colour. But what I find with this is that the tan isn't as natural. It makes me look like I have fake tan on, whereas this one isn't. This one's really natural and it gives you the most beautiful colour. So I would say I do prefer this one. It does take longer. As I said, it takes overnight. I think it's about 8 hours. Yeah, it takes up to 8 hours really to properly show the colour that it's going to give. But as I said, if you do it in the night when you sleep, you don't notice anything. So yeah, I definitely do prefer that. And finally, as I said, because I do prefer it to my old tan, do I think that it's worth £21 or around that price? Yeah, definitely, because I think you are paying for a more natural tan. Don't be fooled into thinking that it just gives you a light tan and you've got to try and build it up. Like, it does give you a really lovely colour. But yeah, so they were my pros and cons to this product. I think I would definitely be repurchasing it when I do run out of it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you liked it, please subscribe and I will see you very soon.